quick live stream in before I got to go to sleep because I got to go to work later on today. But once again, a lot of people sat up here and told lies. They were fronting. They're going to change the narrative again because that's what they do. They're going to push the goalpost back again because that's what they like to do. They like to play these games. So remember when Black Prime said that this fight exceeded expectations by, by wide margin. Now, keep in mind, when this fight was first announced, the detractors, the haters, were saying, "Oh, this fight is not going to happen. It's fake. We hope it don't happen." And then, of course, it happened. People was hoping that Terrence Crawford lost. And then when Terrence Crawford stopped Avenesian by a brutal knockout, which may be knockout of the year, they tried to discredit him, calling him a cheater. Everything is always something new. And I'm going to respond to what Derek James said. I don't like to make response videos, but I'm going to respond to what Derek James told Ellie Setback. Shout out to Ellie Setback. But these are the real numbers. These are the numbers. This is what it did. And this is not bad for their first time out. Because keep in mind, you had some cornball lying, saying that his sources told him that this fight only did 5,000 buys. Dude, you're a liar. You're a liar, and you're just nothing more than a dude that like to take Earl Spence facials and take that however you want. So now, once again, Terrence Crawford proves he has negotiating power. Now, people are going to say, "Oh, 120,000, so what?" Well, 200,000, so what? Right? Just imagine what this fight would have did if he had fought somebody like Danny Garcia, somebody more known. So it would have probably did maybe 2 or 3 times more. So this just goes to show you that Terrence Crawford has drawing power. He sold out the event, and he did solid numbers. So this proves what I was saying. So for everybody that was making videos hating, you look pretty ignorant. You look pretty, and I'm trying not to use that word stupid, but at the end of the day, you just exposed for the haters that you truly are. That's just real talk. And congratulations to BLK Prime for their first event out. Like I said, the production was immaculate. You know what I'm saying? Basically man. I mean, it was immaculate, watching it online. So, what can I say? It was solid as far as, the visuals, what it looked like on the computer screen, immaculate. So BLK did an excellent job. So like I said before, there's going to be a new narrative. People are going to try to figure out what kind of lies we can push this morning. And who, the usual suspects. So there you have it. This is what it did. Now, keep in mind, you had people putting up fake Twitter accounts saying it was from BLK Prime, and BLK from the official BLK site said that the fight exceeded expectations. And it just goes to show you how ridiculous and just goes to show you how ridiculous some of these people are. They go through the lengths to make fake accounts trying to diminish this fight and trying to diminish Bud. And at the end of the day, this isn't confidence. This is fear. Because like I said, a lot of these dudes ain't as confident in Earl Spence as they try to pretend. But like I said, I expect the excuses to come. Now, keep in mind, I made a video a couple of days ago, basically offsetting Eddie Hearn's trajectories and numbers because Eddie Hearn was way off. But see, when you come with facts, when you come with the truth, people can't take it. So there you have it. These are the real numbers. The haters will be coming in a couple of hours. Some may start like maybe right after me, but they're getting their excuses together. They're getting their lies together. So like I said to that dude that sat out there and told that bold-faced lie, that goofball with the bald head who told that bold-faced lie saying that his sources, your sources is yourself. You lied, dude. And that's all it come down to. You are a lame and you are a goofball. And I'm not saying your name because I don't believe in giving people free publicity. So these are the numbers. These are the numbers of what the fight did. I'm not, like I said, this is just sad. So once again, now they got to go back to the negotiating table and they got to offer Bud a fair deal. All this stuff about, well, Bud fought a nobody and all that. Like I said, they always a nobody. They're somebody unless Bud fights him. We've seen this pattern before. If Errol Spence would have fought David Avenesian, they would have said this is a good fight for Errol Spence. Like I said, remember, they always change the narrative. When it was looking like Terrence Crawford was going to fight Manny Pacquiao, oh, Manny Pacquiao is washed up. Manny Pacquiao is past his prime. This is just BS. This is Bud cherry picking. But then when it looked like he was going to move forward and fight Errol Spence, oh, this is a pass of the torch. This is a great fight for Errol Spence. Tell me that I'm lying. This is what these dudes do. Like I said, at the end of the day, they root against Bud versus anybody. But these are the so-called pro-blacks. Now, let's just face the fact. If you want to play them kind of games about level of competition, this is real talk. They praise certain fighters. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. As much as I love Tank and I think Tank deserves to be in the pound-for-pound discussion, Tank haven't fought world beaters. Jamal Charlo haven't fought world beaters since he moved up to, middleweight. And neither has Jamel Charlo, to be honest with you. So let's just keep it a buck. Nobody wants to tell the truth. They're only good competition. They're only good competition if somebody other than top ranked fighter or a PB or a non-PBC fighter fights him. Then they're no good. I mean, I've been seeing this pattern for way too long, and these dudes are predictable. Now, I promise you, somebody gonna come on here hating. Somebody gonna sit up there and try to tear this down and all this because they predictable. At the end of the day, Bud got paid. They tried to lie and say Bud didn't get his money. That was a lie. They tried to lie and say that this fight did only 5,000 pay-per-views. That's a lie. I keep saying this. Some of the people on Team Spence just don't seem like they interested in this fight. And it was very irritating to listen to that interview with Derek James making all the excuses in the world about why they shouldn't fight Terrence Crawford and Terrence Crawford need to be realistic and all this kind of realistic about what? That he the number one pound for pound fighter on the planet. Nobody has Errol Spence listed as the number one pound for pound fighter except Errol Spence. And here go the thing. And see, this is where I'm finna once again, expose the fake pro-black brigade. Now, keep in mind, if Terrence Crawford would have said, if they would have asked Terrence Crawford, who's the number one pound for pound fighter, if he would have said Canelo or any fighter that wasn't black, they would have been calling Terrence Crawford a sellout and all kind of other stuff. But then Errol Spence says Canelo is the number one pound for pound. As you can see, the pro-black brigade lost their, emoji black fist. Ain't nowhere to be found. Ain't nowhere to be found. Where's the pro-black emojis at now? This is why I keep telling you, don't listen to these cornballs that don't cover fights. Don't listen to these dudes that's not out there in the field talking to these people, getting the information. Stop listening to these dudes that sit behind a computer all day and just make up stuff and manufacture stories for views, clickbaits. Like I said before, Terrence Crawford's biggest detractors look like him, look like us. Like I said before, all this stuff about, oh, Terrence Crawford be fighting nobodies, he be cherry picking and all this kind of stuff. For real, like I said, Errol Spence's resume ain't that far from Terrence Crawford's. Because like I said before, he fought, his last fight was against Ugas, who had like multiple losses, who couldn't stop Manny Pacquiao. He outboxed Manny Pacquiao, but he couldn't stop him. Then before that, it was Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia has been mediocre at best since he went up to 147. Let's just keep it a buck. He lost the big fights that he was in. He lost. He lost against Keith Thurman. He lost against Sean Porter. Okay. His best fight was against Mikey Garcia. That was like the only pound for pound fighter that Spence had on his resume. And like I said, Mikey Garcia was like a blown up featherweight. That was Errol Spence's best win. Ocampo was a world beater. Lamont Peterson got the hell beat out of him by Tim Bradley. Got stopped by Lucas Matisse. Okay. So y'all sure y'all want to play these games? Y'all sure y'all want to play these games though? I'm just saying, Errol Spence's resume ain't that impressive. The only reason why people are making it impressive because they're PBC sack huggers and Errol Spence apologists. So if you really wanted to have a real discussion about resume, you know, like I said, it ain't that far out. And then he fought, and then Sean Porter, a good fighter. Kell Brook, solid fighter. But keep in mind, Kell Brook was coming off a loss. Kell Brook was coming off a loss from Triple G. Errol Spence ain't fought not like for real. Sean Porter had a couple of losses. So I'm just saying. And Terrence Crawford, he fought Sean Porter and he stopped Sean Porter. But this is what these dudes do. Not that much. I watch MMA every once in a while, but, you know, I'll try to follow it, but I don't follow it like, you know, other people do, but, you know. So I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, Team Spence has always came across as they not sure if they could win that fight. And like I say, the more these people try to tear Terrence Crawford down, and you know who these dudes is. Like, I'm gonna say this once again, I ain't from Texas, so I don't have no obligation to suck up to Errol Spence because he's from Texas. If you from Texas and you feel like you have to do that, that's fine. But don't think I'm supposed to do it, because I'm not. And if you taking this as a diss to Texas, which it ain't, that's your damn problem. But I'm just saying, I'm not from where Errol Spence from, so I have no obligation to sit up there and, you know what I'm saying, man, treat him like he, you know what I'm saying, the boxing Jesus, because that's not gonna happen. So I'm just keeping it a buck. Errol Spence's resume ain't too far from Terrence Crawford's, because let's just face it, let's talk about the main two opponents that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence share. Kell Brook, Sean Porter. Errol Spence stopped Kell Brook. He stopped him in like 9 or 10 rounds. Terrence Crawford only took 4 rounds to dispose of Kell Brook. And he made Kell Brook quit because Kell Brook knew that he was about to get slept. Now keep in mind, let's do this. Let's go back in time. You already know who was the main people telling Terrence Crawford that he needed to fight Kell Brook or he was ducking him. And you know who these dudes are. You know who these dudes are. And once again, they were rooting for Kell Brook to win that fight. Because I'm getting tired of hearing this goofy stuff about, oh, Terrence Crawford, he won't talk to me. He won't do an interview with me. Well, damn, bro, cry me a river. For real. Janet Jackson won't go out on a date with me, but damn, I done got over it. You know, for real. I'm just saying. Oh, Terrence Crawford's mean. Okay, just like I said before. Nobody says nothing when some of them PBC dudes like ignore the media. And then the founder of the PBC, he ignores the media outright. But nobody never wants to have them conversations because they full of it. Yeah, nobody ever wants to have these conversations, but instead they want to play these games. Just like people oppose, Bomac, he was rooting for Rivera versus Frank Martin. So what? See how they want to try to secretly play that black game. See how they want to try to play the pro-black game. At the end of the day, Rivera is a black Hispanic, whatever you want to call it. And if anybody say, Rivera, you seen his daddy. If Rivera was from New York or Kansas City and had that last name, y'all wouldn't have no problem with it. But that's what I mean. These dudes try to play that game. So what? At the end of the day, we all know that both of them camps are at odds with each other. So to sit up there, Bomac sent out a tweet. Oh my God, he was rooting for Rivera versus Frank Martin. Yeah, but y'all was rooting for David Avanesian versus Terrence Crawford. Y'all was rooting for Amir Khan versus Terrence Crawford. Y'all was rooting for Kell Brook versus Terrence Crawford. Y'all was rooting for Jeff Horn versus Terrence Crawford. But you want to try to play that black game. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Well, not really. The only thing that's going to stop Terrence Crawford from fighting Errol Spence is the dude who stopped it the first time. The main person that put a monkey wrench and threw up roadblocks to keep this fight from happening, Al Heyman. And based off the numbers that Terrence Crawford did, and based off how he performed against his last opponent, and based off what he sold, Terrence Crawford got drawing power. So Derek James didn't know what he was talking about when he was saying Terrence Crawford only could sell in Omaha. That's not factual. Terrence Crawford draws at least 12,000 people wherever he fights. He was able to get over 10,000 people in Madison Square Garden. He sold out the Mandalay Bay November of 2021. So how could you sit up there and say Terrence Crawford only can sell in his hometown? But here's the thing. But then when you bring up the fact that Errol Spence fought at a stadium that holds 100,000 people at capacity, and he was only able to get 37,000 people in there, and he allegedly gave away 4,000 tickets. So how is he a draw? And the TV ticket was like $35. You should have at the minimum had like 60, 70,000 up in there. Okay. Real talk. So I'm just keeping it a buck. This is just, like I said, this is just too easy. Has Errol Spence ever headlined Las Vegas? I cannot think when was the last time Errol Spence fought in Las Vegas. Is Errol Spence? I gotta look and see, because I don't feel like going over to the other side of the room, getting on my computer and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just saying. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. All you got to do is go to Ellie Setbacks channel and watch Derek James continue to try to make excuses on why they don't, when they say, "Oh, Terrence Crawford isn't a draw and he don't generate much money," and that's what I'm talking about. And that's why I was questioning Eddie Hearn in that video I put out, because they contradict themselves on a regular basis. And I'm sorry, they've done that. And to be honest with you, Derek James is not listed as Errol Spence manager, where Bo Mack is Terrence Crawford's manager, or at least he was. So to be honest with you, Derek James really shouldn't be talking about how much somebody should get paid, or what somebody is worth. So that's easily something that I can debunk about Terrence Crawford's drawing power. He sells well wherever he goes. They wouldn't keep bringing Terrence Crawford back to Madison Square Garden if he didn't sell no tickets. Terrence Crawford fought Diaz. He was the headliner too. He fought Diaz at Madison Square Garden. He stopped him. He fought Amir Khan at Madison Square Garden. He fought Mean Machine at Madison Square Garden. Y'all got to ask yourself something. You see, Madison Square Garden didn't want Jake Paul there because Jake Paul wasn't selling no tickets. One thing about Madison Square Garden, they ain't going to keep bringing you back. They're not going to keep bringing you back if you're not selling tickets. That's real. So y'all got to think about that. Y'all got to think about that. Top Rank ain't gonna keep bringing him back to Madison Square Garden if he doesn't sell tickets. This is like I said, man. It's easy to cook these dudes, man. So I'm just saying. I didn't follow these dudes. I didn't looked at their demeanor. And Derek James, this is my own assessment. They don't, like I said, they're not sure they could win that fight. And I know, as much as these so-called Errol Spence apologists make it look like he gonna blow through Terrence Crawford, they don't believe that. They know Terrence Crawford is a serious threat to win that fight. That's why they talking down against the fight. You know, like I said, I can't wait to see what some of these dudes. I'm not gonna troll nobody's channel. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna comment on nobody's channel, but I'm gonna just look at some of these channels to see if they gonna keep it 100. But they'll have their excuses. They'll have their excuses. Nah, you can't make an excuse for Terrence Crawford not selling at Madison Square Garden. It is what it is. They don't bring you back, and they don't let you come back if you can't make them some money. Okay? He done fought there at least 3 times and been the headliner. And like I said before, the reason why he didn't get a chance to fight some of those other PBC fighters, you know, Danny Garcia and those type of dudes, because, well, Heyman wouldn't give them to him. And Terrence Crawford has previously fought PBC fighters, and he's stopped them. He stopped them, beat them down. Terrence Crawford got 10 straight stoppages, 10 straight knockouts. Okay. And Terrence Crawford is putting people on their ass. Okay. So I'm just saying, I've been following this for a while. Like I said, you guys got to understand something. There's people behind the scenes that be talking bad about me, and they mad because they wanted me. A lot of people wanted me to fall in line and just sit up there and be a Errol Spence and PBC apologist. And they'll try to say that they wasn't doing that, but they were. But I don't mind being the odd man out because I prefer it that way. Because like I said, I like working for myself. And I don't take orders from nobody. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to say on my channel. And if you got an attitude because I ain't no Spence apologist, like I said, that's your damn problem. I'll be fine whether you deal with me or not. Like I said, now, like I said, the real numbers then came out. So like I said, I wonder what these dudes gonna do now. Like I said, I know the excuses are gonna come. They're gonna find a way to try to dismiss this. They're gonna say, "Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that." But then but the funny thing is, when you get people from the PBC who I talked to, who then admitted that some of the numbers that they released were inflated. You know, one dude admitted that Terrence Crawford's numbers ain't that far off from Errol Spence's. So I think this is great. 120,000 pay-per-view buys for their first rodeo. Who do I think is next? The dude that I've been telling you he gonna fight, Keith Thurman. Now keep in mind, Errol Spence said that he was gonna announce who his next fight was gonna be. And he said due to the injury, he gonna postpone it, but he's saying he coming back in May or June. I mean, we'll see. He said he coming back in May or June. I'm trying to figure out why so long. Why such a long layoff? I'm talking about if you come back in either May or June, it'll be a year since you fought. But everybody love to keep track of how often Terrence Crawford fight. But this is what I've been saying about the PBC fighters. Like I said, you have all them fighters on your roster and you only can manage to get them one fight date a year. Like I said, as many people as you have on that roster, you should have had a card every week or at least every other week. You should have had a 4-fight card almost every week or every other week. That's what I'm saying. You got guys fighting you know what I'm saying? Every year and a half sometimes. So I'm just keeping it a buck. What I think the overall plan is going to be, Spence may fight Keith Thurman next. He may fight Keith Thurman next, and then he going to say his body can't take it, and he going to move up to 154. He keeps saying that. How many times he keeps saying that? He keeps saying his body can't take it no more. So basically, he trying to hint to y'all that if Terrence Crawford isn't his next fight, his next fight is going to be his last fight at 147, and then he moving up to 154. So I'm just saying, when you even went, like, the way they act, when you even mention Terrence Crawford's name, they start like, it seemed like the wind gets, you supposed to get amped. Soon as Derrick James get to talk about Errol Spence, he started like, you supposed to be amped. When you talk to Bomac and you ask Bomac and Bernie about Errol Spence, man, Bernie, he be amped. Man, go check out that interview I did with Coach Red. And shout out to Coach Red, man, from Team Crawford, man, because like I said, Coach Red don't usually do interviews. He don't usually do interviews, and neither do Sal. I'm one of the very few people from Team Crawford that got an interview with all of them. I got an interview with Sal, and Sal, man, like I said before, Sal don't even like doing interviews with his own people for the most part. Not attacking him on that, but Sal is like a quiet guy. So I got an interview with all of them. All of them done been on my channel. So I'm just saying. Well, this could be the start of something good. So, you know, Black Prime, like I said, they released the real numbers. They released the real press statement. While you had, like I said, y'all got to ask yourself something. These dudes are weirdos to sit up to go to the extreme to put up fake tweets by BLK Prime saying that Terrence Crawford didn't get his money and all this kind of stuff. That just goes to show you how destitute and insane some of these dudes on here. You know, that's pathetic. That's sociopath behavior. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like Buffalo Bill from the Silence of the Lambs behavior, man. That's like for real. These dudes on some Jeffrey Dahmer stuff, man, sitting up, putting up fake tweets and stuff. And to be honest, for the dudes that's doing that stuff, you know, BLK could have you brought up on charges. That's fraud. And that's impersonation. That's a felony. Just letting you guys know that's doing that stuff. They could track your IP address. And if you're doing it from your phone, they can track your phone. Just letting you guys know you might want to not impersonate a company, because impersonation is a felony. You can go to jail for that. So I'm giving you some game. I'm not dry snitching. I'm actually trying to help you dudes. And then again, this ain't no street stuff. So I'm just telling you guys, you might not want to be doing that stuff, putting out fake tweets, impersonating a company with a registered LLC. So just letting you guys know that's not smart. That's not smart. And I'm giving you guys some game, man. I'm giving you guys some game, and we already know if it's a group thing, if it's a couple of people in on it, we all know some of y'all gonna turn into either 6ix9ine or Gunna, aka I'm gonna tell. So if it's y'all working together doing this stuff, we all know you need to stop. You need to stop. Because we all know if the feds come knocking, you gonna go first 48. So I'm just giving you some game. You might not want to be impersonating and faking like you work for BLK Prime. Not smart. Not smart. But yeah, those are the real numbers. But anyway, appreciate y'all listening. So expect the excuses to come out. Now expect the people that got caught in lies to try to make up something. Hey, Andre, cut the crap, bro. Those are the numbers, bro. Don't be an Aerospence, you know what I'm saying? For real, bro. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Don't be a beta. These are the numbers, bro. Don't be a fanboy, bro. Be a adult, man. Come on, man. There's nothing to LOL. The LOL is that you guys didn't know what you were talking about, and a lot of y'all told some lies. Like, that's the thing. You need to go to the, you know what I'm saying? You need to go into the bathroom. You need to pour some cold water and put a, you know what I'm saying, a wet towel on your head and wipe the top of your head, because you've been brainwashed. Maybe you can get some of that, wipe some of that PBC, pro Aerospence, pro Al Heyman nonsense out of your brain or off your brain. Or you could pray, because you definitely blinded. So I'm just letting you know, man. Don't come here with that BS, bro. And I'm asking you nicely. Well, Kobe, the fanboys is big mad. They big mad. Right now, they in full pinky mode now. Oh, I hate that. No, I mean, for real. Say it again. Say something else. So, they big mad. Like I said, a lot of these dudes got exposed for telling lies. They got exposed big time, and I love every minute of it. Told flat out lies. So like I said, the least attorney, he looking real stupid right now. He looking like the fraudulent liar that he is. So, and a few other people. So there you have it. But anyway, appreciate y'all tapping in. I'll be back with more later on. Out.